up, everybody? Welcome back. I'm headed out today to go meet up with Captain Gary. Hopefully get some grinds for Super Bowl. And this is actually the second dive of this year, 2021. The first dive was real slow. The water and conditions, the conditions were epic, but the water was kind of murky. The fish were super skittish, and I had a little bit trouble shooting fish, mainly like shot placement. And come to find out, my bands were just a little bit too soft, so got that squared away. Troy came down to the shop and did my bands for me. But yeah, I ended up shooting one uhu. And I seen a kagami. That was the first time I ever seen a kagami in the water, so that was pretty mental. And yeah, hopefully today, I made up with Captain Gary. Hopefully get into some action today so we can put some fish on the table for Super Bowl. Who's your guys' picks, bruh? Who's your guys' picks? My opinion is that Chiefs know how to put up points, but Tom Brady knows how to win. He knows how to win games, so we'll see. Alright guys, gotta go grab some ice. I'll see you guys on the water. It's coming down the east side. I was kind of worried it was raining, but bro, look at these conditions. As nice as it was, it just didn't go according to plan. As soon as we got to the good grounds, the water was super surgy. So we tried some diving with the gun. Ran into some fish, very skittish, but overall you can just watch how uncomfortable I am moving with the surge. Even the fish is moving with the surge. It's hard to just stay in one place and track fish. You just gotta kind of time it as you go. I guess there was a small east swell, but you can see I'm stalking this Moana Kole, who gives me a nice clean shot, and I'm able to score this bonus Moana Kole for the day. Since reef diving didn't work out, we decided to start hitting the koles because we had a bunch of people that asked and requested for kole for the Super Bowl. So we decided to head over to the kole grounds, and you see it's kind of dirty. It still was surgy here, and I bust out my 9-foot Evolve 3-prong. You can kind of see that I'm already moving around with the swell, trying to get comfortable. While loading it, I take a shot. I tag my first kole and I go to reload. But this is a 9-footer, and this is not really ideal for shooting koles, especially when you're taking a lot of drops and a lot of shots. So I come up. We had this buddy system going where you go down, you shoot one, you string them, and you pass the 3-prong. So one up, one down. The guy holding the stringer is also attached to the float, and we're only using one 3-prong, taking turns going up and down shooting koles. So Gary's dropping and he's shooting some. After this, I told him, I was like, bro, let's grab your 3-prong. It's smaller, it's about a 6-footer, and we'll use my Evolve 3-prong rubber because it's fresh, and we'll go switch it out. So while Gary went to go grab the 3-prong, I was like, you know what, I'm gonna take another drop, try to tag another Kole before it comes back. You can see here I try go for reload. I end up getting it and missing right off the back. And I was like, enough of this already. So Gary switched the rubbers and was able to take a drop. And this buddy system worked out really well. It gave us both enough time to rest, recover, and watch each other. He gives me a thumbs up saying that the 3-prong is good, solid, and let's go ahead on. The game plan was to shoot a bunch of Kole, and at the end, me and Gary would split them, and for my half, I already gave it all away, and I cleaned the ones that I'm gonna eat this Sunday. So yeah, it's a great buddy system, especially shooting Koles. You know, we're taking like 20 to 30-second drops each time, and you have your partner right above you to watch over you. So here I am lining up on another Kole. Boom, tag him. Take it off, can reload, and shoot another one. So the great thing about using a 3-prong is that even if you miss, you can reload it and try again. Or if you hit one, as soon as you drop, you can reload it and go again. So we was working this buddy system where, you know, you shoot 2, come up, and you'll pass the 3-prong to your partner. He'll pass the kui over to you, and then, you know, take turns. You drop, I drop. So these fish stringers, I'm actually selling now too on our website. Put the link in the description for the stringer. These stringers are super strong, super durable. I also have a video out if you wanted to go ahead and make your own. But if not, I have some available. Check them out on our website. So here I am. You can see that I missed that Kole. Can reload it really easy with a 6-footer, and I'm kind of stalking which one I want to shoot the best shot. So I find it and take it. There's so much Kole around that, you know, sometimes it's better to just take the one that gives you the better shot, not necessarily the one that's the biggest. Because as you see, that the rate that we're going at, you know, it's pretty steady. We're able to shoot a lot of fish in a lot of, you know, in a small amount of time. So slowly but surely starting to rack them up, and I'm watching over Gary as he's shooting and coming up with a couple more. You see, I hand him the kui, and then he strings his fish. It's just easier so you don't lose the fish if you keep, you know, the fish is still, you know, kicking. So while he strings them, he passes me the 3-prong, and it's my turn to give it a drop. So right away, I take my drop, and he's up there. He's just chilling with the stringer, and that's attached to the dive float. So we stay very close to each other during these kind of 3-prong dives. See, I took my time trying to line up, getting a good shot on this Kole. Hit him right in the mouth, and then now I'm trying to line up for a second. And I tag it. It doesn't get any easier than this, or more simple than this. You know, it's you and your dive buddy taking drops, taking turns, shooting Kole, and sharing the catch. It's not a competition. It's not about who's shooting more. Oh, almost fumbled there, but well, and you can see I dropped the 3-prong. So Gary's dropping to grab the 3-prong. But like I was saying, man, it's not a competition. We're out there catching fish that we're gonna grind later. And right before Superbowl, this was the only day where the winds was nice and the conditions was nice. The very next day, the winds was blowing, just raining, storming, the ugliest weather. So here's Gary coming up with a couple more. You know, when you're doing multiple drops after drops, if you need a break, just take the extra time before it's your turn to drop. Once you start, you know, getting tired, your shots become a little bit sloppier, and you start missing more. You can see how bad the surge is. That it pushed me from one direction to the other. That's what also messes up your shot. So I missed once. I tried chasing this one down, couldn't get to it, and I was like, you know what? There's so much Kole around. No sense rush. I'll just go up and let my partner go down, shoot a couple, and then I'll give it a go again. When hunting Koles, one thing you should know is that they are very curious fish. They swim right up to you. So when they swim right up to you, if you hit one, you know the other ones will come in close and check out what's going on too. But once you start missing and start hitting the reef, they slowly start to disappear and dig out from you, or dig out from that area. So it's always good to kind of move around, you know, coral head to the next coral head to the next overhang, because the Koles move, and then once you find, you know, the next school it's gonna be abundant like this. So you get choke big ones that I didn't even know which one to shoot, and which caused me to miss. You just gotta take the best shot available. So there you go. Even though I missed, I took one good size one, and then I went down for another, but it didn't give me the right shot I needed, and they're just swarming with Kole. You know, it was a little bit murky, and it did feel a little bit eerie diving. We're diving about 16 to 18 feet, so it's nothing strenuous, and I can clearly see my partner when he hits the bottom. So staying close, especially in the murk, especially with all the fish smell and blood in the water, we just stayed close by each other the entire time. And we didn't have to go far at all from where we anchored. That's the best part. So I'm taking a drop. See all the Kole start coming in. I tag it, but I just like kind of nip its tail. So I reload, end up shooting another, and my breath was still good, so I tried to get one more and was able to successfully snag another Kole. The Yellow Eyed Kole is, you know, one of the best tasting fried fish. You just put them in a wok with hot oil, and it turns the oil yellow. It's because all the oils in this fish just start coming out and start cooking inside with the fish. The meat just melts in your mouth, tastes like butter. It's also good. You top on the shaka sauce that I did, the pineapple habanero shaka sauce. I'll throw the link in the description if you want to try that one. That bugger's mean. So as you can see, you know, coming up 1, 2 at a time, and the stringer's starting to get, you know, kind of full. It starts filling up nicely. We didn't really, you know, keep count or see how much we, you know, had, but I know I had a bunch to give away, and Gary knew he had a bunch to give away, so we just kept going until, you know, we're tired, basically. Just drop and shoot. Oh, you see, sometimes when you hit Kole too close to the rock, when you pull it away from the rock, it able to swim away, but I was able to secure it after that, and then go down and get one more. And like I said, the best tasting fried fish makes the oil just turn yellow. All that oily goodness, you know, the oily oils, you know, okay. So we're doing that same buddy system as we did before, where I go down, I shoot what I can, and then when I come up, Gary hands me the kui, I hand him the 3-prong, and he goes. When he comes up, I hand him the kui, he hands me the 3 prongs. So it's just one up, one down, one up, one down. So here I'm dropping again on some koles. I think I was, turning the GoPro on and off a little bit too much, which is causing the camera angles to be a little bit off sometimes, but for the most part, this is an easy, nice and easy kole dive that we were able to secure a bunch of fish in a small amount of time. I think we only spent like an hour and a half maybe at most shooting all this kole. So once you find that good kole spot, for the most part it should hold. Koles, they hang out in big schools, so even when you're taking so much fish, you're not really hurting them. As you can see on every drop that we're taking, there's always 8 to 10 koles in the school, and we're not just diving the same spot. We're not just dropping in the same coral head. We're moving around, we're finding the bigger koles again, and those are the ones that we're targeting. Okay, I'm taking another drop. And as you can see, yeah, just a full school of koles right in front of me. I take the closest one, I reload, and I'm going with the surge. I'm not even kicking. It's pushing me right towards the koles and dragging me right away from the koles. So I try to look around, try to get another shot. For me, I really don't like diving in surge. It's like my least favorite time to dive. I'll dive in wind, but just not in surge, not in surf, because it throws off your whole balance. It throws off your comfort. At least for me, some people like diving in surge, but I prefer not to. So it's like every drop you gotta kind of time it with the wave, and every shot you gotta time it with the wave, or you don't try to fight it, because when you try to fight it, or when you try to grab onto coral heads, like we was hunting fish earlier, was hunting moose, we're hunting ooze, had some aluas, but yeah, when you take a drop and you're just squeezing onto the coral head, you're just wasting all that energy, all that oxygen in your blood that makes it so uncomfortable. So I really don't like diving in surge. This whole time I'm just floating above the reef, but kole diving ended up becoming a successful mission, and was able to take home a lot of koles. So as I said before, man, who's your guys' picks? Is it gonna be the Bucks, the Chiefs? Drop it in the comment. I'm interested to see. Maybe give me your score guesses. I just hoping like my blocks hit, and then it'll be good enough. But yeah, what you guys eating Super Bowl Sunday? Cause we got kole. Just reload and shoot. Reload and shoot. You gotta find yourself a good 3-prong just for koles. Like, it's short, fast. Like, this is a hybrid where it's half aluminum, half graphite. It's still fast. I used to have one of those too. One hybrid 3-prong. It does the job right well. If you had just one 5 or 6 foot graphite, that would have worked great too. Because koles is just quick reload. My 9-foot evolved 3-prong I mainly use for like when I go to the 12 rounds, where potentially get some game. I haven't got the chance to try shooting a lure with the 3-prong yet, but maybe soon, maybe this year. So we'll see. I don't really want to break my 3-prong either. And then another thing is you want to get a good grip. So I can put a link in my description on the grip that I use on my Evo. Because if you don't have a good grip setup, what's gonna happen is the grip is slowly and slowly gonna start peeling back, peeling back, peeling back. And once that happens, you gotta kind of redo the whole thing. So yeah, right now on my Evolve 3 prong, I'm using a heat shrink with a paracord underneath. It's all gonna be in my description, guys. So just check them out. Look at that lay, that Kole lay, man. Stay filling up nicely. If the conditions was nicer, like less surgier, I think I'd probably focus a little bit more on technique. Technique of, dropping down completely in line and sitting at the bottom, calling fish in. But it was hard enough just to get on the bottom over here. Look at that stringer. Now we string them through the eye. It's the fastest. Hands down the fastest way to string Kole, and you're not dealing with the mouth is real little, so you're not trying to fight the gills, trying to go through the mouth. Here's Gary coming up at one, hands me the tree prong. I pass him the kui. It's my turn to take a drop. We really got into like a groove, like a really nice groove where it was just like boom, 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 and it was almost like, it's like there's clockwork already. You drop, I drop, shoot two, which is good, right? You want to make every drop count, especially as the day gets later. Gary's ready with the kui, stringing them up for me. I think right after this, or we could have changed spots already. After the first kui got full, yeah, we changed spots. Plus two, like with the murk and the blood in the water, the fishy smell in the water, we didn't want to stay, in one area too long, and so we moved over to another one. Or Gary scored one bonus minpachi. But this new spot we went, there wasn't as much Kole. Had some big ones here and there, but for the most part never have like at the first spot we went. So mainly the drops were just like one at a time. But we had a full stringer already. We just wanted to get in one more time. That way when it's time to give away, that everybody's covered. Gary got enough, I got enough, and then we get extra, because it's always good to have extra, and it's always good to give away. Share your guys' catches. Whenever you have extra, call up your aunties, call up your uncles, call up grandma, and be like, clean fish for you. I'm gonna drop them off. That's why we dive, right? We dive to sustain, we dive to eat, we dive to give away. It's not always about shooting the prize fish, the biggest fish. It's about shooting what you're gonna eat, what you're gonna take home, what you're gonna share. The whole part of this mission was to go dive and get food for Superbowl. Plus two, when people ask you what you bring into the party, and you're telling you bringing Kole, everybody gets excited. And then you don't need buy. You don't need buy one plate mijan or plate chicken katsu. You just show up to the party. You can cook them before, you can cook them after, you can cook them during. Kole can never go wrong. Fried fish can never go wrong at any party. So yeah, this was a real successful Kole mission. Just forget the reef diving we did. This is a successful Kole mission that Captain Gary was able to take me out and put us on, man. Thank you again, Captain Gary. And I think this is my last drop. Actually, when we swam back to the boat, I seen a roy. I didn't get on footage, but I shot one roy tree prong right before hitting it. So I'm gonna show you guys one quick way that you can clean kole. It's a little bit easier on a hard surface. Actually, it's a lot easier on a hard surface, but we're doing it at the sandbar. So you're gonna start behind the fin. You're gonna cut down behind the gill as best as you can, without cutting yourself too. If you see I'm holding him, and you're gonna cut all the way to the head. You're gonna cut down on the head just a little bit, and then you repeat the process on the other side. I'm using our new Reaper dive knives. Check them out on our website. I'll put the link in the description as well. The bug is super sharp, no rust, trust. And then after you cut both sides, you're gonna rip from the head down, and it's gonna rip out the head and all the guts. Well, most of the guts. And then you're just gonna clean up the rest. And that way you can fry that piece right there. And grab a spoon, take off all the little scales. I always clean my fish before I go home. It keeps girlfriend happy that the house don't smell like fish, and I don't have to. I can just go straight to eating. You know what I mean? You don't have to worry about cleaning and defrosting it. You can just defrost it, fry it, and eat them. So I always clean my fish, as you guys know, and I always try to throw it right back in the water, hoping that whatever's thrown back is not wasted and it goes back into the environment. That's how you do it. How was it today, Gary?
Conditions weren't the greatest, but we made the most of it, I think.
Back at the sandbar, ready to call it a day. Clean some fish. What we got?
We got our Superbowl cocoa.
Choke Superbowl cocoa. We gotta clean them, give some away, take some for the fam. Whoa. Nice skirt, bro. Alright guys, gotta clean some fish. Like, subscribe, and join us on our next venture. Shoot!